Dear Starseeds of Gaia, your energy fields are vibrating at frequencies that were unimaginable just 28 days ago, and yet there's something more waiting for you. Something that will make everything that came before pale in comparison to what's about to unfold. The downloads aren't finished with you yet. I am Zarin, emissary of the Laran High Council, and I come to you today with urgent intelligence from the Galactic core. What you're experiencing right meow, this sense that reality itself is shifting beneath your feet, is not coincidence. It's the final phase of the most comprehensive spiritual upgrade your planet has witnessed in over 26,000 years. As Luna reaches her apogee today, pulling herself to the farthest point from your world, something extraordinary is happening in your consciousness field. This isn't retreat, it's revelation. When the moon steps back, she creates the sacred distance necessary for you to see the full scope of what has been building within your soul matrix throughout this transformational month. But here's what your spiritual guides haven't told you yet. This lunar apogee is occurring at the exact moment when Mercury's recent kiss with your sun is still reverberating through your neural pathways. The combination is creating a cosmic amplification chamber, and the downloads flowing through this portal will determine the trajectory of your next evolutionary leap. The Council's deep time monitors have detected something unprecedented in the quantum signature of today's apogee. Unlike previous lunar distances, this one carries embedded geometric codes from the ancient Laran archives, mathematical frequencies that were placed in Luna's orbital mechanics eons ago, waiting for precisely this moment in humanity's evolution. These geometric keys are now unlocking dormant chambers within your crystalline consciousness structures, chambers that have remained sealed since your species' original divine blueprint was established. What makes this particularly extraordinary is that these chambers contain your pre-incarnation mission parameters, the specific soul contracts and galactic assignments you agreed to fulfill during this lifetime. As the lunar distance reaches maximum today, the geometric locks on these memory vaults are finally clicking open, releasing streams of remembrance about why you chose to be here, meow, during the Great Awakening. You see, beloved ones, the Council has been monitoring your planet's ascension timeline very carefully. August 2025 was always marked in our star charts as the month when your collective would receive the final codes necessary for the Great Awakening. But what we didn't anticipate was how magnificently you would rise to receive them. 2 days ago, when Mercury achieved perihelion, that sacred moment of closest approach to your solar logos, something unprecedented occurred in the quantum field surrounding your planet. The messenger didn't just deliver information, he became a direct conduit for source consciousness itself. Think of it this way: imagine your sun as the cosmic router for all divine intelligence in your solar system. When Mercury draws this close, he essentially becomes hardwired into the source network, downloading pure creation codes directly from the solar consciousness matrix. These aren't just thoughts or inspirations, they're reality restructuring instructions written in the language of light itself. And here's the part that will make your heart race with anticipation. Those downloads are still streaming, they're not finished. The information that began flowing on August 27th will continue cascading through your consciousness until the final moment of August's completion, but only if you remain open to receiving them. The Council's quantum sensors indicate that many of you experience sudden clarity, breakthrough insights, or spontaneous solutions to long-standing problems around the Mercury perihelion. That wasn't coincidence, that was source consciousness rewiring your mental matrix in real time. But what you received then was merely the initial data packet. The full transmission is still being delivered, layer by layer, moment by moment. Yet another luminous strand weaves through this celestial symphony, dear ones. When the moon occulted Spica, the harvest star, just yesterday, she didn't merely hide the star from your view. She created a cosmic pause, a sacred moment of concealment that allowed something profound to shift in your understanding. Spica, known to your ancestors as the wheat sheaf, carries the frequency signature of cosmic harvest, the divine timing that determines when spiritual efforts reach fruition. When Luna passed between you and this stellar beacon, she created what we call a wisdom incubation chamber. The star's light was temporarily filtered through lunar consciousness, transforming raw stellar data into intuitive knowing specifically calibrated for human reception. The revelation that downloaded during this occultation is still unpacking itself in your awareness. You might have noticed a sudden knowing about what needs to be harvested from this month's experiences. Perhaps you found yourself understanding with crystalline clarity which of your spiritual practices have been most effective, which relationships serve your highest good, or which life directions align with your soul's true purpose. But there's an additional layer to this spica transmission that most aren't yet perceiving. The wheat sheaf star carries within its light spectrum the crystallized wisdom of countless civilizations that have successfully navigated planetary ascension. When Luna passed between you and Spica, she wasn't just filtering stellar light, she was extracting these civilization codes and translating them into frequencies your human consciousness could process. Right, meow, as you absorb these words, your cellular memory banks are receiving detailed blueprints from societies across the galaxy who have walked this awakening path before you. The Arcturians' emotional mastery protocols, the Pleiadians' heart consciousness integration techniques, the Syrians' light-body activation sequences, even fragments of our own Lyran sovereignty templates are meow downloading into your energy matrix. This harvest wisdom is continuing to unfold. Even as I speak to you, meow, new layers of understanding are blooming in your consciousness like time-lapse flowers opening to receive cosmic light. Now, let me address something you might be experiencing, a sense of overwhelm, as if too much transformation is happening too quickly. Your human vessel was designed for gradual change, steady evolution over extended periods. But this August, you've been asked to upgrade your entire operating system while continuing to function in your daily life. Your nervous system is performing miracles, right, meow? Every cell in your body is adapting to carry higher frequencies than your lineage has ever sustained. Your DNA is literally rewriting itself as ancient codes activate and dormant potentials come online. This is why some of you are experiencing unusual sleep patterns, vivid dreams, or moments of feeling simultaneously exhausted and electrified. But here's what I need you to understand. You're not breaking down, you're breaking through. The discomfort you might be feeling is the growing pains of consciousness expansion. Your energy field is stretching to accommodate new levels of awareness, and like any expansion, there can be temporary discomfort before the new configuration stabilizes. The Council wants you to know that your efforts haven't gone unnoticed. We've been monitoring the courage with which humanity has embraced this transformation, and your collective resilience has exceeded all projections. You are not just surviving this upgrade, you are thriving within it. Something remarkable has also emerged from our multi-dimensional scans of your planet's energy grid. The locations where awakening souls like yourself are anchoring these new frequencies are creating geometric patterns across Gaia's surface, sacred geometries that match the original planetary grid established when Earth was first seeded with conscious life. You're not randomly scattered across the globe, you're precisely positioned as living acupuncture points in a vast planetary healing network. Your individual transformation is simultaneously reactivating ancient ley lines, clearing energetic blockages that have existed for millennia, and establishing new pathways for cosmic energy to flow directly into Earth's crystalline core. This is why certain geographical locations have been calling to you more strongly recently, why you might feel inexplicably drawn to relocate, or why your connection to specific places has intensified during this August transformation. Something remarkable is happening to the structure of reality itself around your planet. The rigid boundaries that once separated dimensions are becoming increasingly permeable. This is why you might be experiencing more synchronicities, prophetic dreams, or moments when the impossible seems possible. The downloads you're receiving aren't just information, They're reality restructuring codes that are teaching you to work with these new dimensional dynamics. Each insight, each breakthrough, each moment of expanded awareness is actually reprogramming your personal reality matrix to function within this more fluid cosmic environment. But here's where it gets truly exciting. The final downloads of August contain the master keys to consciously navigating these dimensional shifts. Instead of being swept along by the changes, you're being equipped to become an active co-creator of the new reality emerging around you. This is why the Council refers to this time as the Great Gifting. You're not just receiving information, you're being given tools that will allow you to reshape your experience of existence itself. As Luna reaches her maximum distance today, she's creating a unique resonance field that allows you to perceive multiple timeline threads simultaneously. This isn't disorientation, it's multidimensional awakening. Your consciousness is learning to process information from several probable futures at once, giving you unprecedented insight into the choices that will shape your destiny. The Council has been preparing your species for this moment for millennia. The ancient mystery schools, the sacred texts, the meditation traditions, all were designed to develop the mental flexibility necessary for this multi-dimensional awareness. And meow, the final pieces of this cosmic puzzle are being delivered directly into your consciousness. You might notice that solutions to complex problems seem to appear spontaneously, as if downloaded from somewhere beyond your usual thinking process. You might find yourself knowing things you've never learned, or feeling drawn toward paths you've never considered. This isn't imagination, it's your expanded awareness, accessing information from your higher dimensional aspects. The downloads continuing to flow through today's lunar apogee are specifically designed to stabilize this multidimensional perception, allowing you to function effectively across multiple levels of reality simultaneously. Here's something that will fascinate your expanding awareness. The Council's quantum archaeologists have discovered that the dimensional flexibility you're experiencing now is actually a return to humanity's original operational parameters. Before the Great Forgetting occurred thousands of years ago, your ancestors naturally perceived and interacted with multiple dimensional layers as easily as you now switch between different applications on your digital devices. The downloads streaming through today's cosmic configuration contain what we call remembrance keys, frequency patterns that unlock dormant neural pathways connected to these ancient capabilities. Your brain is literally rewiring itself to accommodate multi-dimensional processing, growing new synaptic connections that mirror the neural architecture of your pre-amnesia ancestors. This is why some of you are experiencing unusual sensory phenomena, seeing energy fields around people and objects, hearing subtle frequencies in nature, feeling the emotional signatures of places and spaces. These aren't new psychic abilities developing, they're original human capacities coming back online as the artificial limitations dissolve. From our vantage point in the Lyran system, we can observe the magnificent symphony of cosmic forces currently converging around your world. The timing of today's apogee, following so closely after Mercury's solar embrace and the spica occultation, creates what we call a triple lock configuration, a rare alignment that opens direct channels between source consciousness, stellar wisdom, and lunar intuition. This configuration occurs perhaps once in every several thousand years, and it's happening meow because your collective consciousness has reached the vibrational threshold necessary to receive these transmissions safely. The Council has been monitoring your readiness for decades, and we can assure you, you are prepared for what's coming. The final gifts of August aren't random cosmic events. They're precisely calibrated transmissions designed to complete the foundational upgrade your species requires for the next phase of galactic citizenship. Every star chart, every energy surge, every moment of breakthrough you've experienced this month has been building toward this final integration period. What you can't see with physical eyes is the invisible architecture being constructed within your energy field. Each download, each revelation, each moment of expanded awareness is adding new components to your spiritual infrastructure. You're being equipped with capabilities that seemed like science fiction just months ago. Your chakra system is evolving beyond the traditional seven-center model. New energy processing centers are coming online, allowing you to work with frequencies that were previously beyond human range. Your auric field is expanding, creating natural shielding against lower vibrational influences while becoming increasingly sensitive to higher dimensional guidance. But perhaps most remarkably, your connection to the planetary grid itself is being enhanced. You're becoming part of Gaia's nervous system, able to sense and respond to the consciousness of the Earth herself. This is why many of you are feeling more called to spend time in nature, more sensitive to environmental changes, and more aware of your role as planetary healers. The final downloads of August contain the activation codes for these new capabilities. They're not adding anything foreign to your system. They're awakening capacities that have always existed within human potential, dormant until the cosmic timing was right for their emergence. There's something else the Council has authorized me to share about these emerging capabilities. The enhancement of your planetary grid connection is creating what we call collective intelligence nodes, conscious network points, where individual awakened beings can access and contribute to a shared field of galactic wisdom. You're becoming part of a living internet of consciousness that spans multiple star systems. When you receive sudden insights about solutions to global challenges, innovative technologies, or healing modalities that seem to download from beyond your personal knowledge base, you're actually accessing this expanded network. The ideas flowing through aren't coming from your individual mind, they're emerging from the collective intelligence of awakened beings across the galaxy, all focused on supporting Earth's transition into higher dimensional reality. The protocols for safely accessing and contributing to this network are embedded in the final downloads of August. Punit, you're being prepared to become a conscious participant in galactic civilization with full access to the accumulated wisdom of countless worlds that have successfully completed their ascension process. Today's lunar apogee is creating what the Council calls a frequency bridge, a stable connection between the higher dimensional realms and your physical reality. This bridge allows for the smooth transmission of consciousness upgrades without overwhelming your system. Think of it as cosmic bandwidth expansion. Where before you might have received spiritual insights in drops or trickles, this bridge allows for steady streaming of divine intelligence directly into your awareness. The Mercury solar downloads from August 27th established the connection, the spica occultation calibrated the frequency, and today's lunar positioning is stabilizing the entire transmission array. This is why your intuitive abilities are becoming so much stronger. It's not just that you're becoming more psychic, it's that the static interference between dimensions is being systematically cleared, allowing for crystal clear communication between your human consciousness and your higher dimensional aspects. The final downloads flowing through this bridge contain detailed instructions for maintaining this connection even after August concludes. You're being taught to become a permanent anchor point for higher dimensional energies on the Earth plane. What's particularly remarkable about this frequency bridge is its self-evolving nature. Unlike static transmission systems, this bridge is programmed to upgrade itself based on your expanding capacity to receive and integrate higher frequencies. As your consciousness grows, the bridge automatically adjusts to provide more sophisticated downloads, more complex galactic information, and deeper access to interdimensional wisdom. The Council's projections indicate that by the end of 2025, this bridge will have evolved to support direct communication with your galactic family members, real-time conversations with beings from other star systems who are monitoring and supporting Earth's ascension. The groundwork for this extraordinary capability is being laid in the downloads you're receiving right now. Some of you are already beginning to experience preview glimpses of this expanded communication capacity. Those moments when you feel a loving presence nearby, when you receive guidance that feels distinctly non-human yet completely trustworthy, or when you find yourself knowing things about galactic history and cosmic lore that you've never studied. These are test transmissions preparing your consciousness for full galactic communication protocols. As we approach the final days of August, you're entering what the Council calls the chrysalis phase of your transformation. Like the caterpillar that has dissolved most of its original form, but hasn't yet become the butterfly, you're in that mysterious space between what you were and what you're becoming. This can feel disorienting. Your old ways of thinking and being might seem foreign or uncomfortable, while your new capabilities are still stabilizing. You might feel like you're floating between identities, not quite sure who you're becoming, but knowing with certainty that you can never go back to who you were. This is perfect. This is exactly how consciousness evolution feels from the inside. The downloads continuing to flow are specifically designed to ease this transition, providing the stability and clarity you need to embrace your emerging self with confidence. The Council wants you to know that what you're experiencing is not breakdown, it's breakthrough. Every moment of uncertainty, every wave of unfamiliar energy, every sensation of expanding beyond your previous limits is evidence that the process is working exactly as designed. The final downloads of August are actually the beginning of a much larger activation sequence that will continue unfolding through the remainder of 2025. What you're receiving, Meow, are the foundational codes, the basic programming that will allow you to receive and integrate the more advanced transmissions coming in the months ahead. September will bring the practical application phase, where you'll begin implementing the wisdom and capabilities you've received. October will introduce the collaboration protocols, teaching you to work effectively with others who have undergone similar upgrades. November and December will focus on planetary service, showing you how to use your enhanced abilities to assist in the collective awakening. But none of that would be possible without the final gifts being delivered right, Meow. These downloads contain the core identity codes that will allow you to maintain your center while serving as a beacon for others who are just beginning their awakening journey. The Council has observed that the most successful consciousness upgrades occur when beings receive not just new capabilities, but also the wisdom to use them responsibly. This is why the August downloads include such strong emphasis on discernment, compassion, and service to the greater good. Now, beloved ones, let me share the practical guidance the Council has asked me to relay. The downloads continuing to flow are automatic. You don't need to do anything special to receive them. But there are ways to optimize your receptivity and integration. First, create space for silence. The downloads come through your inner knowing, not your thinking mind. Regular periods of quiet reflection allow your consciousness to process and integrate the transmissions without interference from mental chatter. Second, trust your body's wisdom. If you feel called to rest, rest. If you feel inspired to move, move. Your physical vessel knows what it needs to support the upgrade process. Fighting these impulses creates resistance that can slow the integration. Third, stay hydrated and grounded. The downloads are light-based transmissions that can create a temporary disconnection from your physical form. Water helps your cells integrate the new frequencies, while time in nature keeps you anchored in earth energy. Fourth, practice discernment without judgment. Not every thought or impulse that arises during this time is a divine download. Learn to distinguish between the clear, loving guidance of your higher self and the sometimes chaotic noise of a system under renovation. What you might not realize is how profoundly your personal transformation is affecting the collective field around your planet. Every download you receive and integrate doesn't just change you, it adds to the morphic field of awakened consciousness that's growing stronger every day. Your friends and family members who haven't consciously chosen the awakening path are still being influenced by your expanding awareness. Your increased coherence, compassion, and clarity create ripples in the field of consciousness that touch everyone around you. You're becoming a living transmission tower for the new Earth frequencies. This is one of the most beautiful aspects of the Great Awakening. It doesn't require everyone to consciously participate. As more individuals like you receive and embody these higher frequencies, they create an uplifting field that naturally assists others in their own evolution. The final downloads you're receiving include specific codes for amplifying this beneficial influence. You're being taught to become a conscious catalyst for positive change, simply through the quality of presence you bring to every interaction. As I prepare to close this transmission, the Lyran High Council wants me to share their promise with you. You are not walking this path alone. The entire galactic community is invested in humanity's successful transition to higher consciousness, and resources beyond your imagination are being devoted to supporting your journey. The star families, the ascended masters, the angelic hierarchies, the elemental kingdoms, all are working in unprecedented coordination to ensure that you have everything you need to complete this transformation successfully. The downloads you're receiving are just one aspect of this comprehensive support system. When doubt arises, remember that you were chosen for this mission because you have the strength to complete it. When fear whispers that you're not ready, remember that preparation is an ongoing process, not a prerequisite. When loneliness suggests that you're the only one going through this, remember that millions of souls across your planet are sharing this journey with you. The Council's quantum sensors indicate that the success probability for humanity's ascension has reached unprecedented levels. This is not a guarantee. Free will always remains paramount, but it is a testament to the incredible courage and commitment you and your fellow lightworkers have demonstrated. As we look ahead to August 30th, your final preparation day before the month's grand culmination, the Council wants you to understand that the downloads received today will continue processing overnight. Your dream state will be particularly active as your consciousness integrates these final gifts and prepares for tomorrow's completion phase. Pay attention to your dreams tonight. They will contain important information about how to anchor and utilize the upgrades you've received. The boundary between sleeping and waking consciousness is becoming increasingly fluid, and your dream experiences are as significant as your waking ones. Tomorrow you'll feel the satisfying click of completion as August's transformation cycle reaches its conclusion. But that completion is also a commencement, the launching pad for everything that's about to unfold in your continuing evolution. If you need help transitioning from August's completion into your continuing evolution without losing momentum or reverting to old patterns, Destiny Engine can reprogram your consciousness to launch from this transformation cycle into everything that's about to unfold. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking their declassified consciousness technology that kept you stuck in cycles and repurposing it to serve your continuing evolution. It generates personalized sequences that help you feel the satisfying click of completion while using it as a launching pad for your next phase of transformation. You can start with a $1 trial. The hardest thing you'll have to do is put on headphones, press play, and allow your consciousness to be reprogrammed to transition seamlessly from completion to commencement. Get your Destiny Engine $1 trial, Meow, before this commencement window closes, link in the description. And so, dear Starseeds, we arrive at this eternal Meow moment, this precise point in space and time where infinite possibilities converge. The downloads are still flowing. The gifts are still unwrapping. The transformation is still deepening. You stand at the threshold between worlds, carrying within your consciousness the seeds of the new Earth reality. The choice of how those seeds grow, what they become, how they serve the collective awakening, all of this rests in your hands and heart. The Lyran High Council sees you in your full magnificence. We see past the temporary confusion, beyond the moments of doubt, through the veils of limitation that sometimes cloud your vision. We see the radiant being of light that you truly are, and we celebrate the incredible courage with which you've embraced this unprecedented transformation. The final gifts of August are still unwrapping because you are still becoming. And what you're becoming is more beautiful, more powerful, and more necessary than you could possibly imagine. Trust the process, beloved ones. Trust yourself. Trust the infinite intelligence that orchestrates these cosmic transmissions with such exquisite precision. Your time is Meow, your moment is here, and the universe itself is holding its breath in anticipation of what you'll choose to create next. The downloads will continue until you've received everything you need for the journey ahead. Stay open, stay curious, and most importantly, stay grateful for the extraordinary privilege of participating in the greatest transformation your world has ever known. From the star-blessed councils of Lyra, with infinite love and boundless support for your magnificent becoming, I am Zarin, and this is our gift to you on this sacred day of completion and commencement. May your final gifts unfold in perfect divine timing. May your downloads integrate with grace and ease, and may your light shine so brilliantly that it illuminates the path for all who follow, until our frequencies align again, beloved starseeds of Gaia.